troops. Happy Sunday the 5th of May. It is 12 o'clock midday and we are on episode 30, day 31 of the pod. Just a quick short one today. I've got to get to a charity football match, family charity football match that we do every year. I'm just helping out and watching the tiny human and raising money for a good cause. And so building on from yesterday's episode, which was Eat Well, the fifth pillar, which I call Connect Well. So what do we mean by Connect Well? So connect well, firstly with yourselves, being in the moment, taking a breath, taking some me time, firstly connecting with yourself, and then also connecting and reconnecting with the outside world that we've lost, according to the Surgeon General of the United States of America, Vivek Murthy, and also many others work on loneliness, depression, sadness. And Johan Hari, I've mentioned him before, on lost connection, his book Stolen Focus, and his latest one, which I've not read yet, which is the Diet Magic Pill, which I've talked about a few episodes ago, of the new Ozempic weight loss injection. So go back and listen to that. But so yeah, on the back of the COVID-19 pandemic for a couple of years, where we was locked down in our homes, wasn't allowed to play out, go out, unless it was mission urgent critical. That was interesting times, and yeah, lots of people lost their lives, lots of people went into depression, suicides, and school children couldn't go to school, they had to do online learning. So there'll be a little bit of a regain to do there with those who were affected during the schooling periods of that time, but I'm sure they will be fine. But a couple of years behind on their childhood journey, learning journey. We'll see how that sort of pans out. Luckily, our tiny human was only sort of 2.5 at the time. She's 5 now, so she was not even at nursery, so that didn't impact us personally, but many others it did. So like I say, just a quick episode, bit of an overview. I've just hit the wind, so sorry about the wind. We'll try and get out of the wind as best I can. So connection, what do I mean by connecting well? So connect well with self and then others. Some of us connect well pretty much on a weekly, daily basis, some people on a monthly basis, some people on a yearly basis. But the problem is it's got a motorbike coming through now, bonus. And it's normally over the phone, it's normally via Skype, Messenger, WhatsApp, FaceTime, etc., which is not the eyeball to eyeball, belly to belly. We've stopped socialising as much, and we need to get back doing that. Girls need to get to girls, men need to get to men, boys to men, that sort of stuff, and also as families and as relationships and as groups, etc. We've been, even though we are more connected than ever because of the World Wide Web and the interweb, which is all great, we are more disconnected than ever. Yes, there's a different generation, millennials, zillennials, generation A, B, C, whatever they're called these days, which is just showing my age at 48, but it is what it is. They're just a different specimen, they're a different human, brought up differently. They've got lots of skills and stuff to give, and they're brought up on the electronic devices, which is fine. It's how it's controlled, and it's what the way forward is in terms of technology, innovation, creativity, etc., etc. Anyway, so it is what it is, without sounding too old, and I'm only 48. We are like I say, we're more disconnected than ever. If that's down to coming out the back of the COVID pandemic, or due to the overpriced inflation, mortgage rates, electricity, energy bills, food, we can't afford to go out, etc. But we are more disconnected than ever. But even though we are feeling we are connected, because we've got maybe a few hundred, few thousand connections on social media, and the word social media thinks we are being more social, and we may be, especially more for the introverts as well, and that's the way they communicate, and it's having both good and bad effect. But on the topic of connect well, we need to be getting back connected, eyeball to eyeball, belly to belly. I'm no expert at this. I'm no expert. I'm not a counsellor. I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm not a social worker. But just from personal experience and being around this planet for 48 years, and a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of learning and failing relationships, becoming angry, frustrated, all that sort of normal emotions of the body and the brain. It is human, only human. So, interesting work, and what a mess we are in with, suicides, more so, mental health, and people self-diagnosing themselves, telling doctors that they've got mental health issues. Since lots of people have come out and been brave and honest and vulnerable, which I get it, it's good, and some doing that intentionally, being honest and vulnerable, others just trying to monetize on that, but hey-ho. But people are, from celebrities to megastars, they're showing more vulnerability in terms of loneliness. And from a personal point of view, obviously we lost my mum 3 years this year ago, so my dad has gone into a little bit of isolation, doesn't realise it, has gone into his cave, not answering his phone, and I've been married 45 years, been together for many years, and 50 years, and just it's how he deals with it, it's how probably men deal with it, and it's hard to get hold of him, doesn't answer his phone, willpower's drained a little bit, he's gone into retirement as well. He used to be a coal miner digging coal for 30 years in Yorkshire, and he's gone into isolation, and it happens. A couple of family members, grandparents, one sadly passed away a year or two ago, and then the partner then passed away straight away, and it's quite sad. And we're only on this planet for so long. Yes, we didn't used to live past 35 years of age, I think it was. Now we're living to gone 100. Talked about this, the longest lifespan on the planet today is the Japanese, living more people in Japan living over 100 than anywhere else. And look into that, ask yourself why, how they're eating, what they're eating, activity levels, etc. I'm not saying they're the leaders, they've also got downsides as well, but the connection side, okay, we need to, we think being lonely and isolated is really good, and if that's you on your device, in your bedroom, on your phone, and just locking yourself away, if you're happy or sad, it's very lonely, and we need to start connecting, we need to start reaching out, we need to start talking to people, meeting people, socialising with people, and getting that little bit of fun, me included, back into our lives. And as what's quite interesting when you watch your children when they're sort of growing up, and they're having fun all the time, they're laughing and joking, don't take things too seriously too much of the time, and then as we grow up we start getting serious and we can't have so much fun and it's not adult like and yada yada yada. So let's get back to a bit more laughing and joking. It's hard in the tough times, especially if you're grieving at the moment, but the connection, like I say, we need to be getting connected, reconnected, and just set yourselves, just reach out to somebody, ask them how they are, how they've been, through whatever form of communication. If it's Skype, FaceTime, SMS message, WhatsApp, Instagram, Zoom, meet them down the road in a pub, in a coffee shop, get into a routine, and just keep it really easy, keep it really simple, and just set your goal of just a task of reaching out to somebody new every week. Put it on your list and just go for it. And then, 12 new connections or reconnections, catching up with people over a year, one a month. One a month is 12 a year. Because here's the reality of it is as we see our friends and family and mates either passing away, getting some scary illnesses, and we're praying for them. And I've got a few school friends going through tough times, work colleagues at the moment, thinking of you guys and girls. Stay strong. Life will be too short. And definitely for me personally, over the last, including mum, auntie, uncle, close friends, I've lost quite a lot, due to illness, etc., premature death. And it just gives you a little bit of perspective on life. So build it into your diaries. Let's get connected. But starting off with ourselves, let's just take a breath. Let's just take some time in nature, and do the things we like. So building on from yesterday's episode, we eat food for a reason. And if we look at, what happens when we're born, right from within the womb, and from the mother who gives us either milk in whatever format, breast milk or modified milk, formulated milk, and then she feeds us. We got all the aromas, all the tastes, all the smells. That is an imprint on our brains. It's unconscious, and then this is why our lives rotated around food. Pretty much a third of our life is around food. Probably 50-60% of our energy and thoughts throughout the day are food related. Okay, and that's a comfort thing, it's a biological thing, and it's not a bad thing. But again, it's how you use it. I talked about this yesterday, go back to the eat well. So there's one comfort in life, which is food. And if we have 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, that's 21 sittings of food. And then we're always planning food, where we're going to eat, what we're going to do. We look forward to food, and we do need food, especially the nutrients from the decent foods, the good foods. So talked about this yesterday on the Eat Well episode, but let's just try and get reconnected. Let's just try to, for me, I try to, normally for a lot of people it comes on the back of injury or illness, wiped out, burnout, tiredness, fatigue, doctor's orders. Like at Christmas when I sort of spanked in, creamed in with a chest infection, wiped out 15 days, worst Christmas ever, couldn't be a husband, couldn't be a father. I was just useless. A lot of deep soul searching, a lot of, searching for purpose and all that sort of stuff. And obviously we've got to have reasons to keep going. Family is one thing, and finding out, what we're on the planet for and all that sort of wishy-washy stuff is true. And it's only when you get older and wiser we start realising, what we've got on our doorstep, where we're living. There's lots of people out of homes, homeless, addicts, and got nothing. I mean, you've got to be a bit grateful, but again, it's all right being grateful. We're not meant to be happy all the time, okay? We're our emotions. We have got emotions, and emotions drive us forward. They keep us alive. And if ever you're not meant to be happy, sadness is good, anxiety is good, little bits of it, and we're only human. If you're not human, you'd be a robot. So it's good to show emotions now and again. I've just seen a little vole there. Look, I don't know if you can see that. It's a little dead vole or mouse. So connection. So for me, working 2 jobs, I get up in the morning a little bit early, and just going to take a quick selfie for the thumbnail. So for me, I get up in the morning, time to connect to myself first, me time. It's quite easy for blokes because we're very selfish anyway. It's built in us. We sort ourselves out first. So sort myself out first, getting connected to myself. Sometimes for me it's just sitting in silence and just letting my mind wander and drift. It's thought-provoking, it gives me some ideas, it gets my day sorted, order and sequence of what I want to do, what's my biggest task, and then I connect. I'm lucky because I'm still working by choice, and as I go to, I speak to at least one new person a day, and for me, people is my energy, my oxygen. They keep me going. If that's just helping somebody with their shopping, across the road, picking somebody up if their car's broken down, just being a good, kind human when I can. I'm not perfect all the time, I'm only human, and kindness, love and compassion does it, you know. And we're trying to bring our tiny human up with lots of compassion. She's only 5 and she's a really beautiful little tiny human. She looks after ants, she looks after worms, looks after flowers. She hasn't been perfect. She's getting awards at work for being good, you know, being kind, helping others, tidying up, the little disciplines. You know, that's boring and a task, and she's really kind. You know, she's playing with her little dollies and a pushchair, she's walking them around the park, and she's putting a blanket on them and she's nurturing. And this is all at 5. She's being kind, you know, to plastic dolls and wildlife. Then this is going to pay her on, because when you look at kindness, the work of Dr. David Hamilton, up in Researcher, and the 5 side effects of kindness, and some other books he's got, really worth checking him out. The dopamine and the self-centeredness and just being kind to others. You know, you just hold the door open for somebody, you know, and they say thank you, or, you know, you say a waitress says thank you for a tip. It really makes you feel good, you know, just like when you reply back to somebody, you help somebody when they're under tough times or they're stressed, they're trying to get stuff done, and you just say, yeah, take a breath, let's do this, I'll give you a hand, etc. You know, it's just that kindness, it gives back. It's a double-edged sword, you know. So it is selfish as well, but it is, we are meant to give. Everything reverts back to give and love, you know. And if you can have some empathy and compassion with self, meaning me time. I've got to say, ladies are worse at this because they're constantly that far forward thinking. They eat their food fast, they're thinking about the next task and the day after and the day after. And I remember my mum, bless her, nothing worse than when you're getting up out of bed tired, and the first thing your mum says before you've even had your breakfast is, what do you want for dinner tonight? And you're like, huh? And it's innate in the females, and we love the females, we need the females. Nurturing side, we need that. Everybody needs looking after, and girls are best at that, not all cases. But the compassion, and women don't sort themselves out. So if you're a woman or a girl or a woman, okay, and you're listening to this, girls, come on, let's just spend 5 minutes a day, okay, on yourselves, please, for me, and put it into your diary first, before your work, before the school run, before anything else, and just spend 5 minutes, okay, sitting on your own, maybe in nature, a little walk, listening to some music, looking at some photographs, okay. And if you're going through a tough time, anybody at the moment, then go back from your camera roll from the 1st of January, and then we're 5 months in now, or go back 12 months till May 2023, and just go from the camera roll. It's a great exercise to do, and just go through all your photographs, and it'll realise life may have not been so hard or as bad as you think, because we defaulted to the negative. And just doing simple little things like that. Like I say, I'm not a spiritual guru, a philosopher, you know, medical practitioner, a counsellor, or anything like that. I'm just sharing some bits and pieces that I've learned along the way. So do that, and just a bit of time out. Don't do too much thinking, because it can kill you. So get a balance, but get some me time factored in, 5 minutes a day over the next 7 days, and see if you can have got the willpower. 5 minutes a day, me time. Doesn't really matter. Knitting, looking, tidying the house. Just 5 minutes, okay? Targeted me time, and then that'll become then 10 minutes, and then push it out to 15. And then before you know it, over a month or two, following the tiny habits, go back to the episode I've done on tiny habits. Okay, it's 2-part. One, I'm out walking, and the second part to it is when I'm on the whiteboard and actually physically draw out the model. That's on the second part. It's the last 10 minutes of the tiny habits model. So connecting with food, connecting with others, connecting with nature, connecting with music, connecting with reading, connecting with exercise. A lot of us are doing it, but I just want to raise your consciousness a little bit more, level up your consciousness a little bit more, and maybe switch your focus and priorities onto connecting and see how good you feel. Okay, so try it. Once you've listened to this, over the next week, message one person, ask them how they're getting on, and see the reply, because you never know what they've got going on. A lot of people don't share it, a lot of people don't talk, and you might save a life. Okay, you never know. All right, and me just saying this, there's a few people I've not been messaging for a while who are on the borderline of suicide, and I've been very concerned, and I was messaging them week after week, no reply, and this is just, if it's not too late, I've done my bit. So if God forbid anything's happened to those people, but hopefully not, and I can just give them one more message, and I can just reach out. I was very lucky to catch my mum, who passed away in my arms in Doncaster Royal Infirmary, where I'm from. All the family saw her as she was in end of life, and I remember an unreal feeling that I just got there, 4.5 hours drive from down Surrey up to Yorkshire on a Friday night, doing about 110 mile an hour. Sorry, I was breaking the law, but adrenaline was just there, and I got to her. And the next day, I said my final bit, and I said, "It's okay, Mum. It's okay. Okay, do what your job is done. I'll look after the." And as I say, the rest is history. And so the point is, let's get reconnected. Let's get a bit of me time factored in. Work your diaries, work your calendars, and then go and connect with self. Go easy on yourself. Take each moment as it comes. Let's slow down chasing the gold medals, chasing the big high successes and the big incomes. Let's just not burn out. Let's just reflect, analyse, stop, collaborate and listen, and then just revisit. Have a little bit of an indicator once a week, once a month if you can, definitely quarterly. Bit of time out, go and sit on a rock, go sit on the beach and talk to people and connect. Okay, let's get connected, because we're not connected, even though we are on the web. Let's human to human, and then let me know how you feel once you've been there. So if you've not been with the girls or the guys, and girls, here's the thing, your mum and your sister is not your best friend. It's different, okay? You're too emotionally attached. So go see your friends, okay? Easy for blokes, they go into their caves. And guys, if you're listening, stop hiding away in your little dungeons under cupboard stairs with your little devices, okay? Because you're becoming depressed, just like checking your phone first thing in the morning. You're looking at everything else apart from what you could have, should have won, and their life is better. It appears to be better, but it's all false expectations, etc., which is fueling depression, anxiety, disconnection, etc. We don't want to be lonely. Loneliness is okay. Boredom is okay as well. Boredom's not a negative, okay? Boredom is quite good because it gets you time to think, come up with ideas, creativity, and all that sort of stuff. So let's get connected. Let's get ourselves back on track, bit by bit, nice and easy. Let us know how you do. Connect with self first, building in compassion. Google compassion ideas. If it's a bit of self-care, a bit of documentaries, a bit of cooking, some nice ingredients, hand massage, foot massage, going for a walk in nature, getting a pet, getting an animal, and just get in touch with yourself a little bit deep, a little bit wooey. Let's get a bit more attuned to ourselves and then connect out with other people. So that's all I wanted to share today. So tomorrow we're then going to go back to building onto the first pillar, which is relax, stress response. We're going to build on that, and we're going to then add a bit more value. So have a great day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget the school community, nearly got 50 people in there at the moment. Welcome all the newbies. And then the link on the show notes to the scorecard, free health assessment. That's going to help you get into the school, and that's going to help you get a free level up your health score, 4-minute quiz, a few questions. If you're liking your learning, then and you're enjoying these episodes, then drop a note in the comments, give us a like, subscribe, follow, and then drop us a message. Any topics you want me to cover, drop them in the show notes and I'll try and cover them. But check out Vivek Murphy, Togetherness, I think his book is. And have a great day, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. Connect well.